I want to recognize my colleague from Oregon who has been steadfast on providing clarity to the negative impact to the American people coming from this administration and from ugly legislation like the big, beautiful bill. Senator Merkley, United States Senator of Oregon.
Thank you so much, Ben Ray. And Senator Lujan's state and my state of Oregon are two of the three states that have the highest SNAP participation. And we're so acutely aware of the impact of the cuts to this program on the folks in our respective states. The third state is Louisiana. You know, a week from today, most of us will be gathering with our families for Thanksgiving. And it's a time where food plays a central role as we celebrate together the blessings that we might have had. But in all too many households across this country, that Thanksgiving table is going to be pretty bare. Back when I was in high school, my high school organized a food drive in November before Thanksgiving. We had an assembly right before Thanksgiving, and we would line up all the Campbell soup cans and little sculptures and displays and try to get every single student to participate. And in my senior year, I was the organizer of that food drive. I live in a blue-collar community, and I was canvassing houses for food. I figured if I'm organizing the food drive, I better make sure I put extra effort into going door to door. And I come to one particular house, and the woman who answered the door, and an older woman, she heard me ask if she would like to contribute to the food drive. And she paused, and then she said, "The only cans I have in my cupboard are the cans I just brought from the food bank." And I said, "Oh, well, of course, the whole goal is to restock the food bank. So thank you very much, and I'm glad you were able to visit the food bank. We want to make sure other families are able to get food because the demand on the food banks is very high when winter comes." She said, no. She says, "I have to contribute." And she brought me into her house, and she opened up her cupboards, and they were completely bare except for this set of cans that she had just brought from the food bank. And she insisted that I take one of those cans. And I think about how, because she understood that there are other families in the same state she was in, she was ready to open her cupboard and donate a little from what she had. But we're living in a world now in America where too many leaders do not connect with that world. It's a philosophy of, if you will, the red carpet for the rich and the red tape for the poor. And all this year, Trump has been pursuing a Make America Hungry Again agenda. In January, he froze the funding for SNAP and Meals on Wheels. In March, he slashed $1 billion from farm to school lunch programs. In April, he implemented tariffs that raised the cost of food. In July, he cut almost $200 billion from SNAP. Why? To fund tax breaks for billionaires. And in November, he illegally refused to fund SNAP benefits even when the courts ordered him to do so. This bill, and I'm pleased to ally myself with my colleague from New Mexico and all of these champions to take on hunger across America. This bill is about saying that's wrong. It's wrong to have great Gatsby parties for the rich and bare Thanksgiving tables for vulnerable, struggling families. So those cuts need to be restored, and this bill will do it. And we should have 100 senators and every member of the House signing on to make this happen, and I hope we will.